Keeping track of all the upcoming Marvel movies and shows is getting tricky. There's just so much coming. Phase 5 is wrapping up with Ironheart, while Phase 6 kicks off soon with the Fantastic Four First Steps. After that, we've got plenty more on the way. Feeling lost? Don't worry. Here's a quick look at what's next in the MCU so you can stay up to speed. Spider-Man 4. It's been 4 years since No Way Home hit theaters, and now we finally have confirmation that everyone's favorite web-slinger, played by Tom Holland, is swinging back onto the big screen. Holland first suited up as Spidey in 2017's Spider-Man Homecoming, alongside Zendaya and Jacob Batalon. He followed that up with 2019's Far From Home, then closed out what felt like a perfect trilogy in 2021 with No Way Home, which gave fans an epic treat by bringing back Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire. While the last movie tied up a lot of loose ends, it also left Peter Parker with a fresh start, sparking endless theories about what's next for the character. Now that the franchise is moving forward again, fans are eager for every little detail about where the story might go. So, here's a quick rundown of everything we know so far about Spider-Man Brand New Day, including cast shakeups, behind-the-scenes changes, and hints Holland has dropped about the new plot. After years of calling it just Spider-Man 4, Marvel finally made it official on March 31st, 2025. The fourth movie will be titled Spider-Man Brand New Day. The big reveal happened during a panel at CinemaCon in Las Vegas before the news hit social media. At the event, Tom Holland described Brand New Day as a fresh start, hinting at a whole new chapter for Spidey. "I know we left you with a massive cliffhanger at the end of No Way Home, so Spider-Man Brand New Day is a fresh start. It is exactly that," Holland said. "That's all I can say. That's all I've been allowed to say. And I'm well over the hump of giving away spoilers, so don't be worried. I'm not going to do that today, but thank you for your support. It's always a joy and I will be back next year, hopefully." Fans of the Spider-Man comics will instantly recognize Brand New Day, as it's a storyline from the 2000s run of The Amazing Spider-Man. It picks up after One More Day, a story that loosely inspired No Way Home, and dives into a fresh arc for Spidey after his secret identity is revealed and then magically erased from everyone's memory. Spider-Man Brand New Day is set to hit theaters on July 31st, 2026, after being moved up from its original release date a week later. Tom Holland confirmed during an appearance on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon in October 2024 that filming will begin in summer 2025, saying, "Next summer we start shooting. Everything's good to go, we're nearly there." Since Peter made everyone forget about him at the end of No Way Home, it looks like Spider-Man Brand New Day will bring a bunch of second firsts, especially as we'll likely see how Peter and MJ reconnect. The title's connection to the comics makes this even more intriguing. On the Rich Roll podcast, Tom Holland shared that the script got both him and Zendaya, who's also his real-life partner, super excited. "We have a creative and we have a pitch and a draft, which is excellent. It needs work, but the writers are doing a great job," he said. "I read it 3 weeks ago, and it really lit a fire in me. Zendaya and I sat down and read it together, and at times we were bouncing around the living room like, this is a real movie worthy of the fans' respect." He admitted there are still a few details to work out before everything's locked in, but it's exciting. Speaking to Deadline, Holland also said the pressure is high for Spider-Man 4 since they have a legacy to protect, explaining, "The third movie was so special in so many ways that we need to make sure we do the right thing." On The Tonight Show, he teased that the story might not be what people are expecting, adding, "It's a little different to anything we've done before, but I think the fans are going to really respond to it." As for the cast of Brand New Day, while not yet formally confirmed, Deadline reported on March 31st, 2025 that Zendaya will return as MJ, though thanks to the whole memory wipe situation, their dynamic is bound to feel different this time around. Variety also confirmed Jacob Batalon's return as Ned. In a 2024 chat with comicbook.com, Batalon sounded hopeful but a bit bittersweet about it all, saying, "I don't know what any future holds for any of them in that world. I just feel like if things happen, they happen. I hope so. I definitely hope so. It's sad that he has no friends anymore." As for new faces, Stranger Things star Sadie Sink is reportedly joining the cast. Deadline revealed on March 12, 2025 that she had landed a role in the film, though Marvel and Sony are keeping quiet on the details. Sadie Sink officially joining Spider-Man Brand New Day has sparked tons of speculation about who she could play in the MCU. Given her age, talent, and iconic red hair, there are 4 standout possibilities. First, there's Jean Grey, the classic X-Men member who's due for a fresh take in the MCU after Famke Janssen and Sophie Turner's portrayal in the Fox era. While introducing Jean in a Spider-Man movie might seem unexpected, Marvel could use Peter Parker's world as a stepping stone to connect her to Xavier's school later. Sadie Sink's age and energy make her a great fit for Firestar, and introducing her could expand Peter's circles of allies beyond the usual faces. Seeing Spider-Man team up with someone like Firestar in Brand New Day would not only add a fresh dynamic, but also open the door for more Amazing Friends moments in the MCU. The most obvious role for Sadie Sink in Spider-Man 4, especially considering her age and signature red hair, would be a new take on Mary Jane Watson. While Zendaya's MJ in Homecoming, Far From Home, and No Way Home wasn't a comic-accurate version, she was still a beloved and modernized love interest for Tom Holland's Peter Parker. Sink could step in as a more faithful iteration of Mary Jane Watson or even a multiversal variant, giving the MCU a chance to explore a different side of the character. In the comics, Mary Jane wasn't Peter's first love, but became his most iconic and longest-running partner, eventually marrying him before their relationship was undone by Mephisto, who's rumored to be making his MCU debut soon. Introducing a more comic-accurate MJ, similar to Kirsten Dunst's version from Sam Raimi's trilogy, could set up some exciting classic storylines. With Sadie Sink's strong acting range and growing star power, her debut in Spider-Man 4 could leave a lasting impact on the MCU's future. As for returning faces, it's unlikely we'll see Marissa Tomei's Aunt May back, unless it's via flashbacks or multiverse shenanigans, given her death in No Way Home. Meanwhile, Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire haven't been cast, though both have expressed openness to returning. Garfield told Esquire he'd 100% come back if it was the right thing, but confirmed to British GQ that he's not involved, though he admits no one trusts his denials anymore. Maguire said he'd happily say yes if Marvel asked. Spider-Man Brand New Day will be directed by Shang-Chi's Destin Daniel Cretton, taking over from John Watts. The script, however, remains in familiar hands, penned by returning writers Chris McKenna and Eric Summers. Avengers Doomsday. Marvel Studios is going all out with Avengers Doomsday, the 5th Avengers movie and the 39th MCU film overall. This time, Earth's mightiest heroes will face one of Marvel's biggest bads, Doctor Doom, played by none other than Robert Downey Jr. Yep, Iron Man himself is now stepping into villain territory, and this movie isn't just a standalone event, it sets the stage for the massive follow-up Avengers Secret Wars, based on the legendary comic storyline. Now, the cast list is already huge, thanks to that viral IG post showing an endless row of chairs, but it seems there's still more to come. One possible addition? Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. When asked on The View if he's in the film, he joked, "When you say appear, it's more like dominate and destroy every other character." I'm kidding, but didn't actually confirm or deny anything. Classic Jackman move. So why the new title? Well, the movie was originally called The Kang Dynasty, but after script changes and story shifts, it's now officially Avengers Doomsday. We don't have an exact plot description yet, but expect the Avengers teaming up with the Thunderbolts, the Fantastic Four, and even the X-Men to face Doctor Doom. It's rumored to involve massive multiverse incursions that might lead to a battle world setup in Secret Wars. Behind the scenes, the Russo brothers are back in the director's chairs, just like they were for Infinity War and Endgame. Stephen McFeely is writing, Alan Silvestri is scoring the music again, and Kevin Feige is producing. Filming kicked off in the UK in April 2025. The cast? Absolutely stacked. You've got the classic Avengers like Chris Hemsworth, Anthony Mackie, Danny Ramirez, and Paul Rudd. From Wakanda and Talocan, Letitia Wright, Winston Duke, and Tena Huerta are back. The Thunderbolts are in too. Sebastian Stan, Florence Pugh, David Harbour, and more. Then there's the entire Fantastic Four, Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Joseph Quinn, Ebon Moss-Bachrach, and even the OG X-Men crew with Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen, and more. Channing Tatum is finally debuting as Gambit, and you've got Simu Liu's Shang-Chi and Tom Hiddleston's Loki. And of course, RDJ as Victor Von Doom himself. And that's just what's confirmed. Marvel's hinting at even more surprises. Also, Kevin Feige just confirmed something really cool. The Fantastic Four First Steps has a post-credit scene that was actually shot on the set of Avengers Doomsday. Yep, the Russo brothers directed it while filming Doomsday, which means the two movies are directly tied together. Even though First Steps mainly focuses on the team's battle against Galactus in their own alternate universe, that post-credits moment is designed to bridge the gap between their story and the Avengers. Feige explained that this tease has been planned for a long time, with different versions floating around before they locked it in. The idea was always to hint that the Fantastic Four would be stepping into the bigger MCU storyline, and it makes sense. Dr. Doom, played by Robert Downey Jr., has a deep history with Reed Richards and the gang in the comics, so it feels inevitable they'll face him alongside the Avengers. Now, Doom won't really factor into First Steps itself, but the post-credit scene will probably show how the Fantastic Four escape their universe after Galactus and end up on Earth 616. This ties into the Thunderbolts post-credit tease, where we saw a mysterious spacecraft heading to Earth, likely them. But there might be more to it than we think. Maybe First Steps will reveal why they're traveling between universes, or even tease Doom's looming threat. Of course, First Steps isn't the final stop before Avengers Doomsday. We still have Spider-Man Brand New Day, which might also drop hints or Easter eggs for the big multiversal showdown. So to sum it up, the Fantastic Four First Steps may feel self-contained, but its ending directly sets the team up to join the Avengers in Doomsday. The MCU is clearly stacking all these Phase 6 post-credit scenes to build toward one massive event. Marvel Studios' Avengers Doomsday will hit theaters on December 18, 2026. Spider-Man Beyond the SpiderVerse. The long-awaited third film in Sony's animated SpiderVerse trilogy finally has a release date. Beyond the SpiderVerse is swinging into theaters on June 25, 2027. The creative team, producer Phil Lord and co-directors Bob Pereschetti and Justin K. Thompson, told the crowd they didn't want to rush the finale. "We know now how important this franchise is to so many people. We needed to take the time to make sure we got it just right," they said. Phil Lord hyped it up even more, calling it a massive finale to the trilogy. At CinemaCon, they even showed the first sneak peek. It's not public yet, but here's what we know. The movie starts with Miles Morales as a fugitive, hunted by pretty much every spider from across the multiverse. Lord teased that Gwen Stacy and his other super friends might not be enough to help him save the people he loves, which suggests some serious emotional stakes. The teaser footage kept the franchise's signature bold and trippy animation style. We saw Miles declaring he's done with everyone else telling him how his story should go. He's taking control and doing things his own way. Gwen and some other familiar spider heroes popped up briefly too. This movie wraps up the story that started with 2018's Oscar-winning Into the SpiderVerse and continued with 2023's Across the SpiderVerse. The first two films were huge hits, $384 million globally for the original and $690 million for the sequel, so expectations are sky high. Lord and Chris Miller are back writing the screenplay, and they promised Beyond the Spider-Verse is being made for the biggest screens possible. "It looks insane," Lord told theater owners, hinting this one's going to push the animation style even further. So yeah, it's going to be a long wait, but it sounds like the finale will be worth it. Avengers Secret Wars. Directed by Joe and Anthony Russo and starring Robert Downey Jr., this hits theaters on December 17, 2027. And that's all the confirmed info we've got for now. We probably won't know much more until Avengers Doomsday drops, so in the meantime, let's dive into the Secret Wars comic and some epic moments I'm hoping to see brought to life on the big screen. One of the biggest moments we need to see is the death of the Marvel Universe. In the comics, Secret Wars begins with total annihilation. Earth 616 collides with the Ultimate Universe in an incursion, and despite all the heroes' desperate attempts to save their worlds, everything falls apart. Only a handful manage to escape on a life raft, while Dr. Doom seizes the Beyonder's power and reshapes reality into Battleworld. For the MCU, this could translate to Earth 616 merging with Fox's old X-Men universe, Earth 10005, creating a jaw-dropping opening that instantly shows the stakes are bigger than anything we've seen before. Then there's the Face of Doom. In Hickman's story, Doom's scarred face is hidden for most of the event, adding to his mystique. When we finally see it, it's tied to his tragic backstory of trying to save his mother's soul and failing after ignoring Reed Richards' advice. The MCU could tease this origin in Fantastic Four First Steps, but hold back the full face reveal until Secret Wars. It would make his character even more compelling. We also need the shocking betrayal of Doctor Strange. On Battleworld, Strange serves as Doom's loyal right-hand man. Over time, they even develop something close to a friendship. But when the heroes who remember the original universe emerge from the life raft, Strange realizes there's still hope to restore reality. Doom, feeling threatened, kills him in an instant. Seeing this play out with Benedict Cumberbatch and Robert Downey Jr. would be an unforgettable gut punch for the audience. Speaking of brutal moments, how about Doctor Doom killing Thanos? In the comics, the Mad Titan thinks he can overthrow God Doom only to have his spine ripped out and his body turned to dust. Translating that to the MCU would cement Doom as the most unstoppable villain we've seen. Maybe he even does this to a Kang variant instead, tying up loose ends. Of course, it's not all grim. There are moments of levity too, like when Peter Parker and Miles Morales meet Molecule Man in Battleworld. It's a funny, awkward encounter amidst the chaos. In the movies, they could tweak it to involve the 3 live-action Spider-Men, or even replace Molecule Man with Loki for a fun twist. Then there's the unexpectedly epic I Am Groot moment. In Secret Wars, Star-Lord stabs the World Tree with his toothpick, unleashing a massive, godlike Groot to fight Doom's army. Considering how the MCU has tied the multiverse to Yggdrasil, this could easily be adapted for the films, giving both Peter Quill and Groot a huge hero moment. The darker side of Battleworld includes the Thing's tragic fate. In Doom's twisted reality, the Fantastic Four are scattered. Sue is Doom's wife, Johnny is literally the sun, and Ben Grimm is turned into a living wall that protects Doom's kingdom. When he finally breaks free, he faces Galactus, controlled by Franklin Richards, Sue and Doom's son, and dies in a heartbreaking moment. For the big climax, we need the Infinity Gauntlet's return. In the comics, Black Panther finds a hidden gauntlet and uses it to battle Doom in a reality-bending showdown. Since T'Challa is gone, this could go to Shuri, or even a new T'Challa variant. Imagine pairing that with Chris Evans' Captain America returning with the stones to join the fight. Finally, the most powerful moment of all, Doctor Doom's face is healed. In the final battle, Doom admits Reed Richards could have created a better world. Reed proves he's the better man by not taking revenge, he simply restores Victor's face, humbling him. This sets Doom on a more heroic path, paving the way for his infamous Iron Man arc. For the MCU, it would be the perfect way to keep Robert Downey Jr. around beyond these movies. And that's the lineup. So many huge Marvel movies are coming our way in 2026 and 2027. Which of these upcoming movies are you most excited to see? Brand New Day, Doomsday, Beyond the SpiderVerse, or Avengers Secret Wars? Let me know what you think in the comments section below. And don't forget to subscribe because we'll be covering more updates on this soon and other exciting upcoming movies and series. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.